Good morning, everyone. So, pretty interesting things this week. First things first, I do want to say thank you to everyone who has been joining the lives. Secondly, well, carrying on with the first point, I do appreciate your support. But secondly, you bunch of assholes. For the last 4 days, I've been saying in the title, um, March. I don't know why. But obviously, for the first trade of May, or first session of May, I typed in March, and then like ever since then, I've just been adjusting the date. So I've kept it as March and didn't even notice. Noticed this morning I've got like 4 sessions here that say March. So thanks for letting me know, guys. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, moving on. Yesterday we had interest rates. Okay, I did do a stream for interest rates, so not going to touch on it too much. But expecting to see either a continuation of that move or possibly a slight correction today. It's a Japanese holiday once again. These guys decided to take the week off. Is my time correct here? 10:30 GBP news. Okay, there we go. This should be interesting as well. Inflation report for GBP at 1 o'clock today, as well as interest rate decision. They're also looking to raise the rates for the GBP, so that should be interesting. Other than that, we've got some initial jobless claims for USD at 230 and a GBP speech at 3:15. So let's get to the charts. I'm gonna break down GJ first, as I'm seeing something here that I quite like. So we did close bullish yesterday, which is quite interesting, but looking here on a 4 hour, it's clear as day that we are bearish. Our previous 4 hour closed pretty strong. Bearish, below all the support. We had that candle there closing yesterday, and that was our confirmation for sales. Trade didn't work out. Today this is looking a little bit better. Okay, we've had our new 4 hour pull up from a top wick, got no bottom wick. So looking to possibly get involved here on the flip, but this is just from a bird's eye point of view. So let's break it down a little bit further. Okay, so we had this support over here. And we've got this support over here now. Okay, and our initial targets are possibly around somewhere here. You can see we tapped into that level quite a bit, so happy to set that as our target for GJ sales. Of course, this level here will be our first target. It's only about an extra 20 pips. And then, so yeah, looking at this, we, below this range here, below this support, it's clear that we have pretty clean range. Look yesterday how clean those candles were. Okay, so right now, previous hourly, okay, it's a little bit messy on a half an hour, but keep in mind this is the beginning of a new 4-hour candle. So we had that drive straight up, but our hourly has closed nicely below this level, and our new hourly wicked up. No bottom wick, we're driving back down now, so let's wait for an hourly close and see what we can do here. I also looked at it from this perspective a little bit earlier on, just before I made my breakfast. We had a resistance over here, closed bearish doji, considered hopping in, but thought about yesterday how we took the sell somewhere here above this support. So what I will be waiting for today is a break of that support, most likely a flip of this 4-hour candle, and once that happens we'll see where we could possibly place our stops. But at this point, just waiting for the hourly candle close. You've got about 10 minutes here, so no point in rushing to jump in a trade. What we can do is wait for our new hourly to form a top wick, and as we break the low of this previous hour, we can enter our sell using the top wick of the current candle, the next candle, as our stop loss. So hoping this hourly candle closes below this level and we should be good to drive on down. Okay, and gold. Wow, massive moves here on gold. So I did a FOMC stream just for interest's sake. A bit of a learning experience for me as well. I've never really sat down to trade interest rates, so thought it would be cool to hop on a live and do that, and then learn for next time. Feel a little bit more comfortable next time we come into it. And yeah, massive move here. Did call out a paper trade. Didn't quite work out, but I see if we had our stops a little bit lower, we would have zooted up here. Should have maybe waited for a support to form. But what we did was we had this closure. I mean, you guys can go and watch the live stream from yesterday. Let's focus on today. It's a new day. Right now we are sitting in this little range over here. Very tight range. Okay, so obviously you got your support and your resistance. So my thoughts here on gold is that we do have clean range going up, okay, but we also have pretty clean range going down. So we've had a very strong move up very quickly. we could be looking to slightly correct that London session, and then maybe New York session we have the continuation of this move up. Asian session really pushed quite hard, didn't expect it to do that much, but is what it is. Gonna be no bars for me on GBP most probably. Let's have a look here quickly. Okay, our daily yesterday did close bullish, so that is quite a strong confirmation. Let me not say no bars, but our 4 hourly is just at this point very, very bearish. Until that 4 hour has a bottom wick, you know, and if it were to come back up, I'm not considering bars at all. Sorry, I got a bit distracted here. Let's go look back at gold. So, really just waiting to see how we will break out of this range, and then anticipating a pretty strong move here, coming into London, pre-London. So yeah, you got pretty clean range going down here, also to the upside, so could very, very well correct a little bit of this move here this morning. Let's see it from a higher time frame. Okay, so pretty interesting here. Our daily candle doesn't have a bottom wick, and we are in a level of possible rejection on a daily, just from a technical standpoint of view. And then okay, so let's wait for the hourly close here. Closing below the range, possibly looking for sells here on gold. So right now it looks like we are about to close above this support level. Our 15-minute has created a little bit of a support here, so let's leave GJ alone for now and just focus on gold. We've got a pretty nice setup here on gold. So, hoping to wick up a little bit. There we go, that's perfectly fine. And then what we will do is place sell stops on the break of the low. Haven't triggered in, that was a little bit quick, haven't set it yet, so let's see if we pull back up, get a bit of a steeper wick formed here. I mean, it's the first minute of the new hourly. Gotta be patient with your entries. You know, if it pushes down, it pushes down. Like I say, no worries. We should drive back up, create that top wick, possibly get an entry. So right now, we're gonna have stops on the break of the low. Haven't set them just yet. I don't know, just feel like it's a little bit early in the hourly. But we've got what we want here, and we have wicked up, just about tapping into some of that level there. 1898.2. That's what it is on my broker. Very nice wick up, got exactly what we wanted. Still pretty early here in the hourly, but looking for price to drop down now. Looking to secure a few pips at 1897. And then we'll have stops at break even and let it run a run. So at this level here, we will just be looking to take off a little bit of profit, putting stops at break even. About 15 pips. Probably gonna take off a little bit more, around about 50 pips. Leave a target, leave a runner for our target all the way down here at about 95 pips. So we did close back above this level, which we didn't want here on GJ. But let's just give it a chance, see how we close on the next 30 minute maybe. 15 minutes isn't playing in our favor at all. $30 we close bearish, and then a 4-hour still looks good. Other than that, our other time frames are a little bit conflicted, so we just have to wait for some more confluence. Looking from a a buying standpoint, you've got fairly clean range moving up here. But personally, I'm just not interested. Possibly a closure above this level, and then you've got some of these levels to target. Because we are tapping into this pretty strong support level, but the way that we are tapping into it and just hovering around it, I'm expecting us to break that support. Looks like we're pretty close to triggering in here on gold. So the sell stops have not been activated just yet. We are not in this trade. We are just waiting for this current candle to break its own lows. The idea here is we had this very, very strong move up with interest rates coming into London volume, or pre-London volume. We are looking to correct a little bit of that move. So a bit of a counter trend, or definitely a counter trend trade here on gold this morning. We've got pretty nice clean ranges today. It's really nice to just be out of this noise. We had this pretty small range here. We've had a break and close below, and our new candle is setting up just perfectly to drive down, so pretty happy with this setup right now. Crazy. About 3 minutes to our 15-minute candle close, so closing like this will be alright. I'll be happy with that. We'll just wait for the new candle to wick up, anticipating it to break the low and drive down. So for now, I'm leaving these sell stops as is. If we close back in the range, I may just delete them. .15 is about to close. Quite like the side of that closure. Quite enjoy this setup where we get a break and close below the range, and then we get this opposite, like kind of doji candle, and then the next candle breaks the low. Very nice little setup. Okay, so I don't mind that we've broken this 15-minute candle high, that's okay. Obviously, still the hourly creating a high. In fact, this is even better. Um, we don't have a bottom wick on this 15, so highly likely we will come back down to create that bottom wick. And with that downward momentum, maybe we pushing at the break of that low. Or not. Okay, maybe completely wrong here. Maybe that was our fake out. That's completely fine. If we close on a 30 above the range, then I guess we're looking for bars. That was the plan. Bars above the range, sells below the range. We had a closure below the range, did not rush the entry, and we did not get triggered in. So at this point, looking like we may get a continuation. Those sells would have been quite aggressive. I do feel a little bit more confident to take bars. I mean, look at a 4 hour, that looks great. Got a bottom wick now, flipping bullish. We got this wick to fill, and then pretty clean range moving on up. So if we are looking for bars, we've got this possible level 2, just be careful of here. This is a 4 hour level looking to the left a little bit over here. don't know, saw some 4 hour just looked dumb. Just looked dumb. Let's see what happens here. Had a pretty strong rejection off of that level there. Thinking for the time being, moving sell stops to the flip of the hourly candle. If we don't get that flip back down bearish, then of course we are probably just gonna wait for a break above here. So we have pretty much respected the previous candle high. As you can see, we basically tapped into it to the T and then drove straight back down. $35 pip stop. So this was our major support, the level we were really focused on, and as you can see, we still have a support at that level. We are still reacting. Okay, we've got this reaction there, and once again. So I'm happy to take sells once we close below this level here. Okay, if we get a nice enough closure. This is a 20 pip range, but I'm not too worried about this level here, okay, because I'm anticipating this 4-hour candle to flip bearish and drive on down. So if we can get an entry in this range, by this level we'll probably have stop set break even, and pretty happy to just watch that drive down. If we don't get an entry within this range, we can always then look for entries below this support. So as anticipated, on the 15 we had no bottom wick, and we have pushed all the way back down. Quite a strong rejection off of that level. A little bit concerned coming into the 30-minute here, thinking to delete this sell stop for now. Okay, gonna wait for the 30-minute to close. Got 2 minutes here, and then setup is still pretty good for sells, closing back below this range. All is good. We've got a massive wick up here, so not expecting too much of a pullback on the next 30 minutes. Do want to see some kind of wick, but for now I'm gonna have sell stops on the low. If we get a little bit of a wick up, I will then rather move my sell stop to the flip, but for now keeping it on the lows. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even get to adjust my trading time, and I got triggered in on the flip. So is what it is. Driving down quite nicely already. Fuck. So at this point in time we are looking at 35 pip stops, okay. Could have had better entries here on the next candle possibly, but is what it is. Just had this massive wick up, so unfortunately that's what we have to work with for now. So, like I say, looking to secure some profit around about 1897, 96.8 kind of thing, and move stops to break even. Ooh. GJ. Gonna be patient here on GJ. Looking to redeem ourselves from yesterday. Took a 14 pip loss. Looking for this exact sell. In fact, took the sells around about the same level yesterday, so rather gonna wait for a break of the support. Wait for possibly the 15. Otherwise, the 9 o'clock candle to close. We will then be coming into London session volume right now. Gold, we are sitting at about break even. Just looking for one little push down, and we can start taking action here. Thank you. Keep going. Very nice closure. Don't think we could have asked for better. Huge push up. Ended up closing bearish. Back below the range. So yeah, showing signs of rejection. Giving us confirmation that we have this downward momentum. Hourly respected the high of the previous hourly. The only thing that could go wrong with a setup like this is we could possibly see a fake out. This is a pretty aggressive sell. So GJ is moving into some of the levels we want to see here. Gonna wait for a 15-minute candle closure at least. At this point, I think I'm going to be a bit more comfortable with a hourly closure here on GJ. We will be coming into London session at that point, so let's rather take it easy. We've got a trade running here on gold. Once we break that low again, I think we're just gonna fly down. Going to keep a close eye here on how the 15-minute candle is closing. If we close bullish or back in the range, we can look at taking off some risk. So, I did mention that if you, sorry, let me reword that. We were coming into the half an hour candle close, and initially we had our sell stops on the flip of the hourly candle, okay? And what happened was we had this big push up on the 30-minute, and we started to drive back down. We got below that support once again, and with about a minute to go, 2 minutes to go with the half an hour candle, I said, okay, let's rather wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Unfortunately, I was a bit slow on MetaTrader, and I didn't get to delete my sell stop, so I got triggered in. But if you had waited, because what I said was your next option was then to sell on the break of the lows, wait for your new 30-minute to wick up, and then sell on the break of the lows. So we got a nice wick up here on a 30-minute, okay? If we do get that drive back down, that will be a much better entry on the break of the lows, because as you can see right now, letting the trade run through the beginning of a new 30-minute candle, we are currently sitting in, or I am currently sitting in drawdown. So if you haven't entered, maybe reconsider reconsider that as a possible option. But for me, I'm just gonna let it rock. Seem to be rejecting this level, so if we could just flip back bearish, I'm gonna feel a lot more confident to drive down a few more pips. Oh my word, apparently there's load shedding at 9. I have an inverter, but the my laptop might die. That's the issue. GJ, yeah. Looks like another day of GJ not being our friend. But that's okay, we stay patient. Wait for the setups to come to you. top of the morning. Good morning to you too. Okay guys, coming to the 15-minute candle closure. Gonna be pretty wary here at this point. If we break the previous 15-minute or this current 15-minute candle high, on the next 15 minutes I'll be looking to manage positions. One minute to go here on the 15. Okay, we did close bullish, but we closed below the support. Okay. We are showing signs of rejection to this level. Do seem to be showing signs of rejection to that area, so let's just give it a second here. At this point, if we come up and re-break these highs, then we can look at closing out some of our position. In fact, what we can do right about now is, once this 30-minute breaks the lows here, or even flips bearish at this point, I'll be moving my stop loss above the 30-minute candle. GJ actually ended up closing bearish, so we'll see how the 8 o'clock candle closes. Okay, at this point moving stops to above the 30-minute candle. um, sorry. Yeah, you know, like, this whole trading live thing is really a like pushing me, because you know, when I trade by myself, I know what I'm looking for, I know what I have to do, and the thing is, coming here on a live, you have to actually like tell everyone, what are you thinking, like what are you looking for, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So to actually have to um, word everything as like simply as you can, I don't know, it's definitely a learning experience. It's challenging for sure. Not liking this little pushback up here. I was hoping we would get a break of the lows there, but we've narrowed down our stop loss quite a lot here. So got about 15 pips stop at the moment. Shaved off about 20 pips here. Let's break those lows. Come on. I'm not going to give this trade too much more of a chance. We're coming to the hourly close here, and we are currently kind of just hovering in this level. Come New York Open, we may just get a, excuse me, London Open, we may just get a nice push down. But I'd rather just play it safe. Okay, pushing down now. If we can get our stops at break even by the hourly close, that would be ideal. At this point, I'm looking to possibly do that as soon as we break the low, and then whatever happens, happens. Okay, I am going to close it out here at break even. Just a little bit too close for comfort with the hourly candle coming in hot. London open, so let's just jot this down quickly. We took this at 8:29. Did we take a trade yesterday? We did. I probably didn't save yesterday. I don't have fib here. Gonna come back to the spreadsheet, okay? Cause I missed yesterday's trade. Or I entered it but didn't save. So I'm gonna come back to that. And yeah, yesterday was a loss, so I don't want to make it look like I'm hiding that. 03 yesterday. Oh, here's the issue. This was on the 3rd. Then HS 04. So we didn't take a trade on Monday. Don't know what time it was. I think I should take an Excel course or something. GBPJPY. We took a sell yesterday. 14 pip stop. Closed full at negative 14 pips. Total pips negative 14. So that was an L. And then today, gold sell. How big was our stop? 35 pips. 35. And we closed full at break even. Pretty slow week here. I've been finding New York has been pretty not heat, but I had a bit more success in New York this week. Okay, let us save that. I don't know what just happened. GJ, don't like it. Gold. Just gonna wait here. Just gonna wait. Our new hourly should present ample opportunity. Getting a little bit wary to take these sells. I think if they were to have happened, they should have started to push. Seems like we're just showing some indecision here, so may just be a fake out. Let's see what happens here. If we close back in this range, it's a pretty tight range. I don't think I'll be looking to take bars in this range, but a break above, definitely we can look for bars moving up. So that is still on the cards. Right now, I don't like how the 15-minute is consolidating. Might just do. Still looking for sales here. London open, so we are beginning to push down. We are in clean range here. Gonna wait for the new candle to wick up and then could possibly still take advantage of some of this move here. Can't believe that the entire move we were waiting for happened in the last minute of the hourly. It's like almost rude, you know? It's actually just rude, man. Okay, sell stop below the previous candle wick. Previous candle low. And we're just gonna go balls to the wall. Not balls to the wall, excuse me. But it is a pretty aggressive trade. But gonna try to be pretty aggressive with management as well. Okay, so there we go. I'm triggered in. That's about 2 pips below. Looking to secure some position here. There goes the electricity. Okay, looking to close out about half. Tricky. Once at about 10 pips here, but stops are gonna be better above here. It's 30 pips, not too bad. It's difficult to just trust the current candle high. We can always pull back and form a steeper wick, so we're gonna be much safer having our stop loss above the previous candle. That looks a lot better. So looking to close out half at about 10 pips here and move stops to break even. Okay, closing half. Stops at break even. I just hope our spreadsheet saved. Yeah, if we hit break even, it is what it is. Just, come on. You. Let's go. Okay, thank goodness. So we entered this just after 9. 9:01 to be exact. About 20 pips up here. Gonna close another half here at 20 pips, so closing 25%. And just gonna let the rest rock here. Man, that is solid. Solid as they come, my boy. As I said, looking for that correction today. Bit aggressive in that situation to be taking sells. You could have always got that fake out, but I guess we risked it for the biscuit. It's part of the game. Looking to close out a little bit more as we tap into this level. So yeah, had a big push here on the hourly already. Gonna close out a tiny bit more. Got a very small runner running at this point. Got about 10% left of my position running, and that is that. Whatever happens, happens now. So yeah. Yeah, about 40 pips. Our stop loss was 30 pips. We had our stops above the previous candle here. Let's call it 30 pips. We closed half at 10. Okay, and then we have closed about 90% of our position now at 40 pips. So for now, just gonna mark this up as 40 pips. Second dub on the stream for the week. It's been a pretty slow week. It's Thursday here. But as you can see, by the end of the week, still got about 50 pips in the bag. Terrible week in terms of fundamentals and the works. Just very tricky. Very tricky. Let's see. Our GJ sells. Let's see, a 14 pip stop. We took them at 848. These trades so close to New York Open. I think I need to be a little bit more patient with them. Let's see, all our trades very close to New York. So trades taken just after 8, okay, are good. We've been securing positions there. Trades just after London Open, are good. We've been securing there. This was so close to the hourly close. Should have waited for the hourly close. Already established that. And is what it is. 22 pips, not the end of the world. But seeing here now that some of the worst performing trades are taken in the last 15 minutes of the hourly, it's something we just need to be cautious of, especially last 15 minutes leading up to London Open. Here, this was still running here on gold. Made a mistake here. Look at this. This sell on gold. I mean, sell on GJ. No, excuse me. I'm dizzy, Oaks. Never mind me. Let's move. Okay. I'd also move here on gold. Secured a nice bag already. Still got 10% of our position running here. Really gonna leave this to hit break even or hit our take profit. GJ, I don't know. Still just waiting for a break of the support here. Yeah. 30 minutes, beginning to push down, so if we can get a closure below the support on this 30, we could see a move down before 10 o'clock. So today the live stream is gonna last as long as my laptop battery, and that's okay. Still looking for this trade on GJ. First break even trade today. Still in here on gold. Pushed up pretty close to our entry level. But you can see we are rejecting this zone we have drawn in here. New 15-minute candle open. We've got a bit of a wick to fill. At this point, I want to say you could probably move your stop loss a little bit lower, above the 15-minute. It's going to save you about 8 pips, but you should have closed out about 75 to 90% of this trade by now, and 8 pips shouldn't save you too much, but I'm going to do that anyway. So saving about 5-6 pips. That's okay. So we've just about filled that wick on a 15-minute. Let's remove this level here. $15 close pretty strong. Closing below this minor support level, but really just waiting for a close below 162.3. I would like to see that on a 30-minute. So it's better we wait here. Just ranging at this point. We really need a closure below this support. If we were to take impulse entries now, I think that would be quite risky. As you see, our London Open, we have driven down, forming this wick. Okay, so we had this kind of, as of now, a fake out. We broke below the support level here. Okay, and we closed back in to that level. Now London Open, we've driven back down to support, and we are showing minor signs of rejection, so best to just wait for a closure below the range. We have broken the hourly low, but keeping in mind London Open can be quite volatile, so we could get a break of the low and then always get the push back up. Like I say, we're tapping into a pretty solid support level, but once we get a closure below there, we can feel confident to take sells. So gold seems to have tapped into the same level the previous 15 did. If you want to close out full here, it's not a bad idea. Otherwise, like I say, you shouldn't have a whole lot left riding on this trade. I'm gonna let it run and try and just build that extra confidence to, yeah, let trades run. So I've got a smaller position running here, closed out a nice chunk of profit, and not gonna worry about the rest. Oaks, what the hell? What is wrong with me? So earlier this morning I noticed that I had all my live streams for May so far written up as March. I don't know, obviously made a minor error on Monday and just kept March in, and yeah, just adjusted the day without changing or noticing the month, and now flipping got the wrong day. Yo, you better be sorry. If you have just joined the stream, as you can see, we took a nice profitable trade here on gold this morning. If you think that was a good trade, please give us a like and subscribe. We closed out about 90% down here at 40 pips. Just less than 40 pips. Let me not lie. I think it was 37. You know, when you're just like looking at things quick and on the stream, you're not always calling out exact numbers. So 37 is a bit more exact. So the idea behind this trade, if you are watching, was we had this massive move up yesterday with the interest rates news and excuse me, not necessarily interest rates, more particularly the FOMC press conference where Fed Chair Powell addressed inflation and inflation just being a little too high. So that's why we had this move up here on gold, because we were speaking about the risks of inflation. And if you think about it, interest rates were pretty much already priced in. So hence the move up on gold. And now this morning we had this title range here on a 30, and we had a break and close below that range. We actually got triggered in here very late in the 30-minute candle. Saw the trade through. I decided to close out at break even, coming close to London Open, and then just before London Open, like the very last minute of the hour, right there, we finally had a bit of a drive down. At that point, we were out to trade. Like I say, we closed at break even, and then London Open happened. We waited for a little bit of a wick up. Entered on the break of the low, had our stop loss above the previous candle. So nice little trade here for London Open, pushing quite nicely here. I got this whole idea for the spreadsheet from someone else who does lives, and in fact they do their own spreadsheet, and if you've ever seen it, you may notice that this is very similar. I've just based the idea off of his, thanks Controller FX. So yeah, just nice to keep track of the streams, the trades taken on stream, so that everyone can see. If you're joining for the first time, you can see, okay, you know, this guy knows what he's talking about, so you don't have to go back and watch every single video. Although if you want to, you can obviously do that to learn. But as of right now, haven't had too many viewers, so if you go back and watch, some of the videos are quite slow. Waiting for trades, sitting by yourself, there's not too much to talk about. Coming to a 30-minute close here, hoping to get this last little push down. So we're gonna have our TP at 81 pips, and if that gets smacked, best believe I'm adjusting the spreadsheet. Nice closure here on a 30, just how we want it. We do have a clean range going down. At this point, once we tap into that support, our 4 hour will also be flipping bearish. So that should give us the momentum to drive further on down. So my thoughts here are, we tap into the support and we'll move stops to break even. So just waiting on an entry here. Just waiting on an entry. Gold is moving quite nicely here. all in a day's work. Let's check out GJ. Okay, we had that closure below that level, so at this point feeling pretty good. Do want to see a little bit of a wick up here, and then we can place sell stops below the candle low here. That's nice, nice push up. Okay. Okay, this is looking really, really good here on GJ for a break the lows. Had that nice little push up, creating that top wick. Should see a continuation down here. Just looking at this range, we've got a minor support level, which we have now broken below. New hours pushed up, creating top wick, tapping into that level. Got pretty clean range down. We do have a minor level over here, which we're also tapping into. As well as there. So, not gonna worry too much about gold. Would like to see it take profit, but we've closed out most of our position here. If GJ breaks the highs of the previous half an hour candle, then this trade idea is going to be a bust. Actually not too impressed with GJ at the moment. Maybe it's just because of the bank holiday today, JPY bank holiday. We have still seen some volume. This was during interest rates, but you know, we have still seen some volume in this pair this week. It's just that it's been in this pretty ugly range, and every time it presents an opportunity near the support, it kind of just says fuck you. So that happened during FOMC, and we were focusing on gold. Didn't take a trade last night. It was more of a learning experience. Said earlier on in the stream that if you were interested, you know, just go and watch the live stream from last night. It is quite long, but really the idea here was that you'll see on a daily, okay, we had this level here and this level here. Now looking on an hourly, we closed above that daily support level, and we had a nice drive down, and this candle actually pushed all the way back up, and we entered a bar on the flip of the candle, with this obviously as our target, the next daily level, and then our stop loss was below the current hourly candle, but it drove down slightly lower, and then had about 2 hours of nothing really happening, just a little bit of a correction, and then pushed up. So yeah, it was just a paper trade, quite aggressive, but yeah, now we know for next time. GJ is flying at this point, so honestly, just gonna delete that and probably not look at GJ until tomorrow or next week, or never again. No, only kidding. The focus here is mainly on gold. GJ to me is really a backup pair. You may see on the live streams I do put quite a bit of emphasis on it. You know, I'll look between both pairs. I'll analyze both pairs, because some days the setup on GJ will be better. But I guess my heart lies with gold. I ended the stream off yesterday pretty late. I eventually had to just call it. I needed to get things done. I had to go for a haircut. Anyway, my barber ended up being sick. He's been sick the last couple of days. That's why my haircut is so overdue. So, got an appointment for 11:30 today. I actually should just phone in and see if he's even in. But yeah, I'm probably gonna bounce here at 10. I just wanna see if we get a little bit of a drive down here before the hourly closure. Like I say, it would just be cherry on top to see this hit TP. Had a pretty generous TP, that's for sure, for a counter trend trade. And since this was a counter trend trade, that's why on our first entry, when things started looking a little bit sus, just closed out at break even. And then even this trade, as soon as we got into 10 pips, closed 10 pips, close half the trade, and let the rest run. So you just got to, be cautious of what's going on, understand the risks. Every trade you enter is a risk. But if you've got your setups, if you've got your plan, if it's proven, then you should have a rough idea of where your win rate kind of lies, and you know that over time, you're gonna win 80% of your trades, 90%, 70%, whatever it may be. Win rate is certainly not everything. Definitely not everything. I don't want to seem ignorant to that fact. If you are trading with a very good risk to reward, so this little tool here is a position. I'll use it quite a lot, as you can see here. What we did here is we actually just, okay, let me use the same. So this indicates a sell. Your entry for the sell would be here, your stop loss here, take profit here. So you can see what we did here is we just moved our stop loss to break even. But now what I'm saying is with a good risk to reward, so like you can get a 1-to-1, you can see the risk reward ratio. Okay, you get a 1-to-1, so like your stop loss is the same size as your take profit. You can get a 1-to-2, 1-to-3, 1-to-4, 1-to-5, whatever. So if you've got a risk to reward of 1-to-10, you're risking, let's say, 1% per trade. If you win a trade, you're going to make 10%. Let's just say you're going to make 10%, okay? But with such a high risk to reward, your probability of winning that trade goes through the floor. And you will see your win rate go down drastically, even working with, let's say, a 1-to-5, or a little bit more realistic, like a 1-to-3. You'll see a 1-to-3 compared to a 1-to-1, or even a 1-to-2. Your win rate is just not going to be as good, and that's fine. If you psychologically can handle taking 4 out of 10 trades as losses, that's cool. Do that by all means. But for me, when I have 4 trades in a row like lost, just feels like I'm doing something wrong. Even if I know, okay, it's part of my plan, it is just very, very psychologically draining. And I just find it a lot easier having a smaller risk to reward, grabbing your however many pips, and keeping your win rate high, keeps you happy, that's for sure. I mean, we come in here, we win, win, feel pretty good about ourselves. Take one minor loss, it's not a problem. We win again, take another small loss, chilling. It's been a slow week. We knew it would be a slow week. Had a break even this morning, that's okay. Nothing lost, nothing gained, and then nice win. So far we're looking at about probably a little bit more than an 80% win rate here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 80% win rates. 8 trades, 1 out of 11. So we're pushing back up here on gold, sorry. Is this a fake out on GJ? Do I care? No, not really. Gonna call it a day here at 10. Don't like what GJ's doing. Haven't liked what it's doing all week long. Gonna stay away from it. Gold. Great day. Great day. Nothing really more to do here on gold. Gonna let that run. Whatever happens, happens. So yeah, calling it a day here, guys. Streams have been a little bit long lately. So 2 hours, yeah. Let's kick it off there. Cheers, everyone. Have a great day. Catch you Friday. Friday we've got NFP later in the day, so we could possibly be a little bit slow on London. But as you can see, FOMC volume from last night, we had a bit of a correction. We got a lot cleaner ranges today. Man, it is heat. Looks like we are actually creating a bit of a support here. So, maybe you even get a continuation up. But London volume should probably die off in about an hour or so. So not too sure how much more of a move we're gonna get. But come New York, come New York, should be fire today. Then same story tomorrow. Got NFP looking at bad numbers. We've already had a move up on gold. So NFP with bad numbers for the dollar, we should see a continuation up in theory. So yeah, only gonna be trading London. I will consider doing a New York session tomorrow during NFP. Same story as yesterday for FOMC, taking it slow. Not going to try to be a hero. So far so good this week, actually. Not too bad at all. Has been slow. But yeah, okay. Cool guys, cheers. I'm going to call it a day.